Welcome back to the channel, my friends. Warhammer Man Studios. I'm Warhammer Man, and today we're taking a look at Heresy Thursday. This video is sponsored by CMO Games. More on that later. Heresy Thursday. Legion Overseers show humans how it's done. On the Great Crusade, the legions of Astartes fought alongside massive formations of Solar Auxilia and Imperial militias, who despite putting in a respectable showing for baseline humanity, never met the lofty standards of the Emperor's enhanced elite. As the Horus Heresy ground on and casualties mounted, these unaugmented soldiers were even more frequently folded into Space Marine command structures, and it was the job of the Overseer Consuls to make sure that they all functioned together. Both sides of the divide made use of these consuls, though their methods they employed to motivate their revenues varied widely. Loyalist overseers, for example, often employed stirring rhetoric to galvanize their troops and lead them to the front with ornate power mauls glittering in the dull smog of war. Though this was far from the most glorious assignment, overseers were still afforded respect for the difficult task of making common soldiers function acceptably alongside their Space Marine allies, and their skills were greatly appreciated by depleted companies who had to rely on human auxiliaries to fill their shattered battle lines. Alright, so we got a brand new Horus Heresy model here, and I've really got to say, Games Workshop has been knocking it out of the park with these Horus Heresy miniatures. I love everything about this. We've got two different options for the head. We have one bare head with some pretty cool like facial expressions, hair, and details. And then we also have a helmeted head. We've got the old style like beaky marine head with an awesome and stylistic plume. And then sort of in the style of like your typical chaplain, we've got a sort of like Rosarius command rod, arm of the plasma pistol, and then the actual like embroideries or details on the armor is absolutely phenomenal. We see like your typical kind of trim style, but instead of seeing it on like a chaos model, we have it on what I would imagine is an imperial model. We've got that classic use of the back banner, which has always been one of my favorite things about Warhammer. I love the Games Workshop has been bringing it back more and more. Definitely a big fan of this model. Between all of like the little bits of detail, the badges of honor, the tactical rock, I think Games Workshop is killing it. The Horus Heresy models are definitely getting better and better. As a result, these consuls often wore highly decorated armor to inspire those under their charge, especially those who sought to command through respect rather than fear. This new resin miniature pairs back on none of these details with the extensive decorative trim, a majestic back banner, and a laurel wreath on both of his helmeted and unhelmeted head options. Yeah, so here we can see the details up a little bit closer, and I've got to agree that the laurel wreath on the helmet and then also the unhelmeted option look phenomenal. Even like the wrappings on the command rod look sweet. Really big fan of this. Definitely an awesome miniature. In practical terms, these consuls can take up to 3 Solar Auxilia las rifle sections or Imperial militia infantry squads as a personal retinue, granting them the Legion's Auxilia rule that matches their legion. These cut-price troops have many battlefield uses, and you don't need to take an entire allied detachment to include a few indentured soldiers in your ranks. So very cool. Obviously Games Workshop leaning in on the lore and then making it practical in game terms as well. The idea that they've been getting a little bit more involved with these sort of allied detachments in Horus Heresy is definitely phenomenal. The ability to sort of mix and match some of the different factions as the troops are like depleted, and you may not have your full company of Space Marines. Instead, you're going to be bringing along some Solar Auxilia or some militia from the world that you're trying to defend. Absolutely awesome. We've seen the blend in also with like some of the Knight and Titan legions, the Mechanicum, and just overall, I love the look and style of this. As your army gets depleted, as the war continues on for like years, decades, even millennia, you're going to be requisitioning more and more of like the various troops. You're going to end up with like more tattered armor, less functional detachments, and you're basically just going to be doing whatever it takes to win the war. So very cool to see some practical rules to go alongside some of the new characters, some of the new detachments, and the way to play your army. Also from like a gaming sense, it's really cool because it allows you to play with some of your different units, some of your different squads, as you build out various armies and to sort of blend them together into one loyal or traitor fighting force. So very cool, very nice model. Definitely super excited for the Horus Heresy players out there. Now a quick word from today's sponsor, CMO Games. CMO Games carries a full range of Games Workshop products including miniatures, paint, terrain, tools, and more. They take pre-orders for most Games Workshop new releases as early as possible, usually 12:01 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. CMO Games offers 15% off of MSRP for most all Games Workshop products and offer fast free shipping to the continental United States on orders over $50. Most orders ship out within 24 hours. You know their customer service is top-notch as they've been selling games online for over 20 years. Use the affiliate link below and let them know that Warhammer Man sent you. So we have the Overseer's Retinue Rule. An army that includes a model with this special rule may take a tertio of 1 to 3 Sola Auxilia rifle sections or 1 to 3 imperialis militia infantry squads in accordance with the strength in numbers special rule, as part of the same force organization choice on the model with this special rule as an overseer's retinue. Note that any unit selected through the use of this special rule may not take any dedicated transport options. Any Sola Auxilia rifle sections included through the use of the Overseer's retinue gain the Legion Auxilia X special rule that corresponds with the Legion Astartes X special rule that the Legion Overseers they share a force organization choice with has. In addition, all models in a tertio selected as an Overseer's retinue use the leadership characteristic of the model with the Legion Overseer special rule when in formation. Alright, so very cool. Not only can you use this special rule to take some of these different troops, but they also have some nice corresponding benefits to the actual Legion Astartes leader. So the retinue is benefiting from like your Legion Astartes special rules. You are restricted on taking transports, but of course that makes sense. Rules for fielding your own Overseer Consuls can be found in the campaigns of the Age of Darkness, the Battle for Beta-Garmon book, alongside a wealth of additional game content and background lore, such as rules for the infamous Black Shields and Shattered Legions. As we said before, it's not just the Loyalists who kept a close eye on the Auxilia, and we'll be getting a look at the Traitor Overseer soon. Alright, so very cool. Not only do we have the Overseer for the Loyalists, but we're also going to have a Traitor Overseer coming as well, and some special rules to go along with that. All of these rules are featured in the Campaign of Darkness Battle for Beta-Garmon book, so very, very nice. So definitely an awesome model here. We recently saw that sweet new Space Wolf coming out. We've also got this Loyalist model, and then of course we have a Traitor model coming as well. So definitely looking forward to that one. Let me know what you think of this new model, and then also some of the other Horus Heresy stuff. Have you been impressed by the overall model quality, the look and feel of these guys? Are you looking forward to fielding them on the table and using some of these special rules? Always like to hear back from you guys in the comments. And as always, special thanks to CMO Games for sponsoring the channel. Check out the link in the description to save 15% on most Games Workshop products. And make sure to tell them that Warhammer Man sent you. Warhammer Man Studios, I'm Warhammer Man. And the Horus Heresy is getting better by the day. Well, model-wise. The actual heresy is probably not going well. And I'm out of here.